and seeks protection from me, saying, Rama, I am yours. Such is my vow. So only once. So Lord Rama, if you say, only go to him and say, only once with feeling that I am yours, Rama. I surrender unto you. Then he will take care of us. So, and he has given us this word in this beautiful sloka which comes after when Vibhishana comes for Saranagati in the Yuddha Kanda. So, such a beautiful proclamation and something which we all will get energized by seeing the mercy of the Lord. How merciful the Lord is, how much ready He is to accept us. It is what we have to do is just go to Him only once and seek His protection. So let us see this. Ramayana is considered as a Charanagati Sastra. And the Vaishnava Acharyas, especially in the Sri Vaishnava Acharyas, they explain that the whole the Ramayana, all the 7 kandas, but especially in the first 6 kandas, the Charanagati has been spoken about. And there are various examples, 14 different examples of Saranagati. That's what they say. We will see some of the important things during this week. Let's understand what is Saranagati. So Saranagati is a Sanskrit word that is generally translated in English as surrender. So Saranam means refuge or protection or shelter. Agati, to go to or come to. So Sharanam is also interpreted as the end or conclusion of things by another Acharya. And so he says it implies that we have come to the end of this samsaric cycle and we are going to be liberated. So that is the meaning. Saranagati means you are putting an end to your life and the birth and death cycle itself. And there are so many synonyms in Sanskrit, and the Saranagati is also, in other terms of Saranagati, is Prapatti, Nyasam, Atma Samarpanam, and Atma Nivedanam. We are conversant with this Atma Nivedanam, which is coming as the last but not the least forms of the 9 process of devotional service. We all dealt in one of the morning classes. You will remember that from the 7th canto verse, the Atma Nivedanam also came, isn't it? So, these are all other terms which are used in place of Saranagati. There are 2 types of Nyaya which is talked about in Vaishnavism. One is Marjala Kishora Nyaya and another is Markata Kishora Nyaya. Marjala Kishora Nyaya means the cat is transporting the kitten from place to place. You would have seen that whenever a cat gives birth to kittens, she will be very protective and she will change the kitten from one place to another so that they don't get harmed. So the kitten is fully dependent on the female cat with his powerful jaws. She is transferring the kitten from one place to another. That is Marjala Kishora Nyaya. And Markata Kishora Nyaya is the small monkey is holding on to the mother monkey or the father. We don't know. So it is holding on tightly to the adult monkey, and whereas the adult monkey is busy jumping from one branch to another. Now it is the strength with which that small monkey is able to hold. Then that is important, that he has to do his own, by his own strength, he has to catch hold of the mother or father very tightly. Otherwise, he'll fall down. So that is doing bhakti on our own. But Marjala Kishora Nyaya, here this is equivalent to Saranagati, they say, because here the Lord is going to do all the weightlifting. And once you surrender, he says, I'll take care of you. Don't worry. The same thing in Bhagavad Gita in conclusive verse in 18.66, the Lord Krishna also says, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Charanam Raja. So what is that? That is only surrender. Surrender unto me. Then what he will do? Moksha. Aham tva sarva papebhyo. Whatever you have done, whatever simple reactions they are, I will take care of it. Moksha isyami machucha. Don't worry about liberation and all that. I will give you everything. So all you have to do is come and surrender unto me properly. So that is all. That is the words of Krishna also. Here we see the Rama also says that why you surrender unto me, at least say with feeling only once. That is enough. I will take care of you. So there are three kinds of surrender which is talked about: Kaika, Vachika, and Manasika. The Kaika means falling at the feet of the Supreme Lord, Lord Rama or Lord Krishna, and paying our obeisances and asking for shelter. And Vachika means through the words. We are telling the words. Charanam Prabhati. There are so many verses ending with Charanam Prabhati. You all would have heard about it in the Venkatesh Sukra Prabhati and Prabhati and all that. There is Prabhati sloka also. So then Manasika means this person is totally devoted and he's a surrendered soul, like Madhavendra Puri or the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. Their entire being is for Krishna or Rama or whosoever they have surrendered to. So they're always dwelling upon the lordship whom they have surrendered to. That is Manasika. So all these three are just various stages of surrender also you can say. Sometimes we just pay obeisances. Sometimes we say, I surrender unto you. But the most important thing is the Manasika, that we should really feel that we are surrendering unto the Supreme Lord. What does it mean to do that? Let's see. These are important words which we will do in great detail later on, sometime later on. But these are the six facets, I would say, or six aspects of Saranagati. It's not that one comes earlier, one another comes later. They don't say it is stages, but they say it as the six facets or aspects of Saranagati. So the Anukulyasa Sankalpa, accepting those things that are favorable for devotion. So in Nectar of Devotion, we had this same discussion. You will remember in the morning classes, we covered two slokas from Nectar of Devotion. So the first sloka, Atyahara Prayasascha, said what are the things that should not be done for the progressing in devotional service. And then we did lastly the Utsahan Nishya Tairya. What are the six things that are favorable for devotional service? That also we learned. So that is just accepting those six favorable things. That is Anukulyasa Sankalpa. Pratikulyasa Varjanam is the Atyahara Prayasasya. What are all those things? The six things that we need to reject that are not favorable for our devotional service. So we should reject. So that is Pratikulyasa Varjanam. Very simple. Then Rakshasyasi Rakshasyatiti Vishvaso. Adopting an unshakable faith in God as protector and guide. So here, when the whole world is the surface, the floor on which we are standing, that is also crumbling. Then also to have that unshakable faith, like Prahlad Maharaj. So he never swerved from his faith on the Supreme Lord. So usually we will say keep quiet up to 70 or 80%. Then we will start, our faith will take a battering in all unfavorable circumstances. Then after 80% of suffering, they will say, oh Krishna, so did I do wrong? We will start questioning. on depending upon Krishna like this. So that is our status, because we are not in that status as Prahlad Maharaja. But to be 100% having unshakable faith like Prahlad, that is what is meant in this. Rakshasya yatiti vishvaso. And Goptritve Varanam. Tata. That Goptritve Varanam means seeking refuge in God. Here also, that is 100% dependency in the Lord. So what does it mean? Does it mean that we have to sit quiet and do nothing? And we'll wait for the Lord to come and spoon feed us? No. It is interpreted as doing our duties with the clarity of thought that it is the Lord who is going to give the results. Again, Bhagavad Gita, we have learned all these facts. Everything is in Bhagavad Gita. You will remember vaguely what I am talking about. So remembering that He is the fruit giving, that whatever fruits or the effect of our actions are going to be dependent upon the Supreme Lord. He is going to decide what we are going to, and accepting it. Accepting the 100% dependency means this person does not question. He knows that the Lord will give him according to his previous karma and also what is good for him. Once he is a surrendered soul, he is totally accepting. One saint has put it as in a very nice way, that it is like giving the power of attorney to the Supreme Lord and saying, "Oh Krishna, oh Rama, I am your surrendered soul. You do whatever, you guide me in whatever way you prefer or in whatever way you decide." So that is that truth, 100% dependency on the Lord when He is giving us. Of course, whatever we do, we are not the doers. We know that also from Bhagavad Gita, so many verses, and we know the energy for doing the action is also coming from Him, and the result is also coming from Him. So, acting in that sort of mental attitude, that is Goptritve Varanam. Then Atma Nikshepa, are surrendering to God's mercy and in service to the Supreme Lord. So, that is 100% surrender, not just mouthing it like Saranam Prabhate, we are by rote, we are saying the verses, but really meaning it, surrendering totally unto the Lord's mercy. That is the Atma Nivedan or Atma Nikshepa. Then Karpanya. For doing all this, one need to be humble. So they expressing the helplessness in a humble and meek attitude. So if the false ego is very strong, as it is in my case, then where does the question of surrender come? So when the false ego is dancing like the hooves of the snake, they say, then it is not easy to surrender. It is very, very, very difficult. So for that, we need to have the humble attitude. How insignificant I am, we have to realize it. It's not just by telling that I know my limitations and all that. We have to really understand our insignificant position when compared to the Supreme Lord. What are we? Not even a speck of dust on His lotus feet. How big, even in this town, how important we are. Even in this country, how important are we? So if we really look at it, then in this planet and in this universe and so countless universes, and He is the creator and He is the maintainer and He is the destroyer. So how much insignificant we are. When we realize it, not just talking about it, when we realize it, that is Karpanya. Then we will really get the humble attitude. So all these 6 things are important for surrender. And then we go on to the different kandas of or the cantos of Sri Ramayana. The Saranagati is talked about, as I told you already. In the Balakanda, who is surrendering? The Devatas, they all are surrendering when Vishnu appears in the when Dasaratha is doing the Ashwamedha Yajna, followed by the Putra Kameshti Yajna, because he doesn't have any children. Then all those devatas are present there. They are already there, even including Brahma, everybody is present there. And they are talking to Brahma about how much they are being tortured by Ravana. And is doing. So even the rishis and the munis are there. They are also corroborating. When this talk is going on, Sri Vishnu himself appears. So they are now saying, Vadat Vayamaya Das Dasya Vai Munibihi Saha Siddha Gandharva Yakshasya Tadastvam Charanam Gata. We, the celestial beings, like Siddhas, Gandharvas, Yakshas, along with the sages, have actually come for his elimination. That means Ravana's elimination. And thereby we seek shelter in you. So this is one verse from the Valmiki Ramayana. And then how does the Supreme Lord reassure them? And how does he answer? I've not put the two slokas because it was too big for this slide. Get rid of the fear, let safety be upon you. On eliminating that cruel and evil-minded Ravana, who became dreadful to deities and sages, along with his sons, grandsons, friends, cousins, relatives, ministers, and forces too in war for your welfare, I will then reside in human world, ruling this earth for 11,000 years. So that's Vishnu assured the gods. So this is the Saranagati that is that we encounter in the Balakanda, that of the demigods surrendering unto the Supreme Lord as Vishnu. Okay, tomorrow we'll see some other aspect of Saranagati in Ramayana. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you,
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you.